Psalm 107 verses 28 to 30 says, "Then they cried out to the Lord in their trouble, and he brought them out of their distress. He stilled the storm to a whisper, the waves of the sea were hushed. They were glad when it grew calm, and he guided them to their desired haven." This psalm is an invitation for us to cry out to God in our difficulties and trust that he can deliver us and lead us to our desired destination. It teaches us about the importance of calling out to God in our difficulties and rejoicing in the blessings we receive. And what if I told you that subscribing to our channel can be a way to continue deepening this knowledge and connection with God? That's right, here on our channel you will find inspiring content that will help you grow in faith and knowledge of God. So, if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe now and turn on notifications so you don't miss any videos. This psalm can change our lives when we understand that we are not alone in our difficulties. God is present in our lives and able to help us in times of distress. When we trust in God, we can experience the peace that comes from knowing that he is taking care of us. This psalm begins with an invitation to give thanks to the Lord for his goodness and unconditional love. It reminds us that even when we face difficulties and challenges in our lives, God is present and willing to help us. The psalm describes several situations where people find themselves in trouble, such as being lost in the desert, being imprisoned, being sick, or facing a storm at sea. In each of these situations, people cry out to God and he liberates them, leading them to safety and the desired place. The central message of Psalm 107 is that we must trust God in all situations because he is capable of helping us and guiding us to where we should be. When we cry out to him in our difficulties, he hears us and answers our prayers. Even if the solution does not come immediately, we can trust that God is working in our lives and giving us strength and courage to face difficulties. This psalm also teaches us about the importance of gratitude. When God helps us overcome difficulties and leads us to the desired place, we must rejoice and be grateful to him. Gratitude is a way of acknowledging the blessings we receive and of keeping a positive perspective in our lives. It helps us to maintain faith and trust in God, even when we face difficult challenges. Moreover, Psalm 107 shows us that God is a God of love and mercy. He does not abandon us in our difficulties but is always ready to help and guide us. He loves us unconditionally, regardless of what we have done or where we are. We can trust in his love and seek his help in all situations. Studying and reflecting on Psalm 107 verses 28 to 30, we can find comfort and hope in our lives. We can remember that we are not alone in our difficulties and that God is present to help us. We can learn to trust God in all situations and to be grateful for the blessings we receive. And we can find hope in God's unconditional love for us, knowing that he is always by our side, no matter what happens. In summary, Psalm 107 verses 28 to 30 is an invitation to cry out to God in our difficulties, to trust in his love and mercy, to be grateful for the blessings we receive, and to find hope in his presence in our lives. May we remember these truths in all moments and seek God's help in all situations. Just as Psalm 107 teaches us about the importance of calling out to God in our difficulties and rejoicing in the blessings we receive, subscribing to the channel can be a way to continue deepening our knowledge and connection with God.